I think we'll see Reaper opening from INnoVation on this map. He did last time we saw him play on it. Probably not for CC first, but you never know. You honestly never know.
It's worked for him.
It has worked for him. Both styles have worked for him. Spawning in the upper left, everything currently working for him. It is Acer's INnoVation.
Spawning in the bottom right corner, representing Team RagnaroK, it is in fact RagnaroK.
Undefeated this tourney. Oh, wait.
Just kidding.
Yeah, he has dropped 2 games so far.
INnoVation, the RagnaroK Slayer.
Yep, the RagnaroK Slayer.
The Dream Killer.
Yep. I think INnoVation always does this rally. It's so interesting that he does that. He doesn't spot rally right here. Instead, no, he rallies some random location, making the line more direct, I guess. I don't know. Maybe just likes to do it for fun. You never
It's
know.
always good to not interrupt the mining process, so...
Yeah. You never know what a player does just because they've played so many games that they decide to do this one little gimmicky thing because they just like to do it.
It's kind of a rhythm type thing, just this little groove he gets into, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. I definitely had that. In my TVP, my first SCV that builds anything builds my supply depot, then drops a barracks, then goes scouts for proxies, and that's just been developed over playing enough TVP that I know that SCV can do all those things in perfect timing. We're seeing CC first come out of INnoVation here. He's not dropped that barracks.
Worked the previous 2 games.
Yeah, just barely the first one, though. He just barely held off a 9 pool right here.
Another 15 hatch coming out of RagnaroK. Likely another 16 pool to follow as we saw the game before. Once again, the gas timing up for grabs. All depends on what he wants to do. He's been favoring that early ling speed. See if he likes to do that again, and he does. So we had 15 hatch, 15 gas, and now 15 pool.
Yeah, hatch gas pool coming out of RagnaroK, indicating a faster speed.
A little bit more aggressive this time around.
Ooh, high ground CC on this map. Ooh. That's interesting. I wonder if it is a choice because of this map.
Doesn't get scouted by any sort of drone, so no hatch blocking coming today, unfortunately. Cats would love to seize the moment. Throw a hatch down right here. Start spine pushing up that ramp.
How many times do you think INnoVation's held that off, though? Like, I
mean,
don't
everybody
think it's a wise move to do.
You can hold it off, but it's almost always worth trying. Won't kill you, but it could.
Well, in the final, possibly the final game of the grand finals of the Dragon Invitational, you do not do that.
Yeah, throwing a curveball wouldn't be the worst decision. Playing straight up hasn't worked out for him the past 2 games.
Game 1 was his curveball, I believe. That
okay,
that
you are
9
right.
pool on Frost was definitely a curveball. Like,
probably the only one he's going to try.
Yep. I think he needs to play very standard, and he needs to play very well to come back in this tournament. It would be quite interesting to see this go to a game 5. I would love to, but INnoVation's kind of on the pace to shut this one out. That first Marine pushing away that Overlord, saying, "No scout for you, bro." Bunker going down at the front, hoping to hold off any early ling run-bys. Doing the swippity-swappity of that CC and Barracks. Barracks hoping to finish off the wall. Positioned perfectly for the reactor to go in, not have to relift like a giant noob like some people do. I know I've done that before. Speed coming out of RagnaroK, quite a fast speed.
That gas before pool helped out with that.
Absolutely.
Bunker already completed, however, at INnoVation's natural, so he would have to run right past that.
Yeah, that would just not be what you want to do, although he could walk right into the main of his opponent. No links of production, though. I do not believe he's going to be doing that. Just a scout links currently going on, looking for any sort of proxying, which is interesting to do. Seeing as he scouted the CC first, that's kind of strange that he's looking so hard for any proxies. Guy, he's searching every possible nook and cranny his opponent could have possibly proxied in. It's interesting. Third CC coming out at the wall of INnoVation. Definitely going to posture to take that base quickly, move into that mid-game composition, and yet again move into that 2-2 timing.
Very consistent player, INnoVation.
Yeah, he is.
Very solid.
Yeah, unshakable in some situations. Like, yeah, had a 9 pool come at him. We had no army units whatsoever. Managed to not get tilted. Had just the perfect number of SCVs repairing. Thank you so much, Spuznik. Like, Spuz... I don't know. Thank you so much for the follow, dude. You are the best. You are the true champion of today's Grand Finals.
No one's ever come down.
4 Hellions postured on this little ramp here. Looking to knock down any creep spread. 3 queens spreading the creep, though. Trying to get across this map. There's definitely a big distance of spread creep to get to the 3rd, so it makes sense he wants to get that started early.
Yep.
To lower the chance of any sort of harass taking down the 3rd.
And we've seen this standoff before. We'll see how this dance goes. Who's got the moves?
Yep.
Looks like the queens are going to get caught off creep. The Hellions can run right in should they so choose, and they're not going to. Wise decision. Tons of speedlings up that ridge.
He did get those 3 creep tumors, and he forced the Zerg out of position with those queens for a moment, which was quite nice.
Delaying the creep, always a good option, as we've seen him do successfully so many times before. 1-1 coming out very early. Nicely timed.
Meanwhile, the 3rd is already established at 8 minutes and 30 seconds, which is a very fast 3rd. He's going to be able to get some units going really quickly here.
He's already in a really good spot. It's just shy of the 9-minute mark. He's got 3 CCs. Stim is almost done. 1-1 halfway. His opponent has just started 1-1 in a Bane Nest. INnoVation looking great today. All of that practice overnight, streaming all day long for the Koreans, I suppose it would have been all day, all night for us over here in California. Probably the most warmed up out of everybody in the tournament because of that.
Yeah, hard to know if anyone was playing on any alternate accounts that we couldn't see. But INnoVation was streaming pretty much the whole evening for us, like Anotera said. Fun to watch. He is a really cool player. I'm definitely using more of his builds after watching him in this tournament.
Punish definitely had his notebook out.
I did. My dong book out.
4th coming down for RagnaroK, feeling comfortable enough to go ahead and secure that. Bane speed immediately going down when the Bane Nest is completed. Macro Hatch is going down somewhere, it looks like, in the main this time. Okay. And Aspire, 3/4 of the way done. Already up on 6 gas, looking to grab another 2, hopefully pretty soon. That'll help get those muted numbers up there. 4th these Hellions right away.
Does RagnaroK have any choice but to play out the exact same game he played out last time? Like, INnoVation is not allowing any sort of alteration from that.
Ooh, very good surround on the Hellions. They're starting to squeeze through the fingertips of RagnaroK, but great moves there to continue to pick those down.
Yeah, that's the first time we've really seen INnoVation lose Hellions in those numbers before this push happened, so it's definitely hurts his ability to push right now.
Kind of took about 50% of the umph out of it. These Banelings going to get focused down. 2.5 of them go down.
God, it's so balls by INnoVation, so pushing it right here, because he knows he just has mad drops, or mad hot pickups.
He knows he's got the micro chops to make this happen.
He does. He insta-loads up, too. Like, that's really difficult to do, to have all your medevacs in just the right spot to insta-load up. He may be going for an elevator here, although, god dang, RagnaroK already has this 4th established.
That he does.
Yeah. INnoVation needs to get this down. That's going to be a lot of income for the Zerg.
INnoVation's biggest play here is that he's not allowing this creep spread to go anywhere. The multitasking of INnoVation, fighting back this army, popping a couple shots off the creep tumors. RagnaroK almost getting a full surround here, but the Banelings weakens this army quite a bit. These Lings should clean this up if the medevacs don't rescue them.
I think they will, though.
Oh, wow.
Enough energy to kind of retrieve the advantage in units.
But yeah, INnoVation not letting this creep spread get out, not engaging on creep, keeping his toes right on the line there. Really thwarting the engagement opportunities of RagnaroK.
Yeah.
Keeping those queens busy,
Absolutely.
trying to get that creep spread going. At least getting it back to the point he was at now.
Pinning him into defense right now. Pinning him into Lingbane Muta, which INnoVation's force trades very well against. We're seeing yet again drilling claws going down, vehicle and ship plating coming down, benefiting both the medevacs and the Widow Mines. And that makes a difference on Widow Mines when you're worrying about how fast they burrow, how fast they stay up before they possibly detonate. That upgrade is quite important for them.
+1 attack going to be here just in time for the mutas to continue dealing their damage. These little streams of Marines being picked off. +2, about to finish on time with his opponent INnoVation. Pushing into that natural just shy of your +1 attack being completed. Only one worker killed this
Yeah.
entire game, and that goes to what? INnoVation, it looked like.
No, yeah, you're right. He actually didn't get any workers there. It was crazy. I thought he did.
Yeah, I tried to focus down that turret, but
Ooh, may get some
Quite
Widowmines
get
out
it.
of
There we
position
go.
here. Got two, looks like. He needs to be very careful not trade poorly against these Widowmines. We saw some very nice hits occur from INnoVation. Last game on Banelings that allowed him to really clean up his Zerg opponent. Let's see if it's going to be a repeat of that. Moving up, killing the rocks. Fuck these rocks. Gonna block you in, bro. Go for this other base. This is quite nice, actually. It's forcing him to.
And look at the Widowmine right here. Perfectly placed. Very nice hit. Juicy hit on that Widowmine.
He could have planted a couple more as well and got a little more done, but that was definitely nice.
He knew exactly where those lings would be coming from, and that's the only door he left open.
Yeah.
Ooh, very nice. Over here at the fourth from RagnaroK had some army over here stored away.
Yeah, ample defense, has Banelings, also morphing more Banelings in right now to replenish any lost Banelings. Ooh, coming in from the side with a backstab as well. Very nice move from RagnaroK here, cleaning up the bio of INnoVation. Some Widowmine hits coming down, but they're not quite as good as they wanted to be.
One of the best engagements we've seen out of RagnaroK this entire series. Yeah. These Banelings starting to thin out here.
But a convincing
Needs some more overseers. There it is. It's very low HP, far ahead. Greedy fourth is going to have to go back home if it makes it.
This battle fourth, you take this position here to actually have a launch pad for your attacks.
So that would be a planetary then?
Yeah, planetary. Fourth is almost always planetary. Third is sometimes planetary, depending on the player taking it. Usually orbital.
And that's going to get repaired just in time.
Yeah, just in the nick of time. Not going to burn down here. Looks like RagnaroK's to do a little poking around with these mutas, try to get any additional damage done he can.
Hive coming out, finally, for RagnaroK. In the last game, he didn't get a chance to throw it down. +2 attack, just now completing. +3 on the way for INnoVation, so certainly ahead, still in upgrades. This one kind of typical.
Halfway done. Do you remember that change that was in the change log that upgrades were going to take a shorter amount of time? Notice how they did not go with that?
It was also going to be cheaper for Karen on the 2-2.
It wasn't, I'm wrong, it wasn't time it was cheaper.
Yeah.
It was just cheaper, which still would have been a huge upgrade. They didn't go with it, which much to my disappointment.
Well, 2-2 is the timing that, that Zerg is supposed to reach first.
Yeah.
Or at least they can, if they manage properly.
They're not supposed to, they just do. Like, that's just how the tech path currently works.
When you have that opportunity, I consider it a supposed type thing.
Moving on.
It'd behoove you.
Yeah, absolutely. Moving in on this CC again. Gonna drop it this time, not allowing that battle fourth to go up. Pulling back, doing the damage, not overcommitting and pushing into more Widowmines. Very nice from RagnaroK. He's maintained a nice base count. Has kept most of them up. He's not lost any. I wouldn't be surprised to see INnoVation go for some drop play because he needs to thin out the army of his opponent. Haven't seen any double drops like he seems to like to do. Pushing in on this creep again, cleaning it out.
+3, making its way onto the field for RagnaroK. +3, just finishing for INnoVation. 12 Marines coming out at a time. 2 Marauders
at a time. That is crazy. That is truly the parade style.
Yeah, INnoVation would definitely enjoy another CC right now, or at least during the base. He's still retaining the CC from his fourth. It's nice for him to take place, but he's maxed out right now as his Banelings move forward, trying to change that up 6 rounds.
Same backstab as last time. INnoVation yet again falling against his pillar, getting crushed by Banelings. Cleaning up all the bio yet again. Very nice play from RagnaroK. Ooh, he's going to the Widowmine, so it's trade nicely. Not really.
Plummeted for INnoVation there, down to 142. Was completely maxed just seconds ago.
And that was with 3-3 advantage in favor of INnoVation.
A very good engagement for RagnaroK. It's kind of what he needed.
Now he really needs to hold the next wave. That's really where the attack is going to come. He doesn't have very many Banelings right now. He needs some more. There we go. A lot more Banelings in to hold off this next wave that's moving towards his fourth. Fifth, whatever.
Creep revealing what's coming from INnoVation. Army streaming right across the map, trying to reach it in time. INnoVation knows it's coming.
This same location, INnoVation lifting to try to avoid the backstab, but the Muse coming in, trying to clean up some of these medevacs. Should save all the forces, though. Yet again, trying to take this fourth. It's actually an orbital command. It's not a planetary.
All of those Banelings get focused down.
Yeah,
engaging in the parallel line there, a straight line.
So he's still morphing more in, though, which is important. He's to constantly morph in like 5 or 6 at a time.
He's a shit ton of Banelings to make this happen. You could use some more creep as well.
2 Ultras just pop into the Q, as well as Chitinous Play, looking to make that switch into Ultra Tech.
Not going to be too bad of an idea. His gas isn't the highest for a huge Ultra switch, and the Murata count isn't that big for INnoVation, but that could change.
Yeah.
Tons of Widow Mines. I'd like to see maybe, well, I don't know what we could do with the mineral income we have right now. We don't have a lot of choices ahead of us financially.
No, I think INnoVation is going to stay with Heavy Widow Mine. With this force he currently has, he could clean up Ultralisks as long as the numbers are not too ridiculous, so as long as the Banelings don't hit too well. He's just now established his 4th base. It's been very late. It's been denied 2 or 3 times. It got destroyed once as well.
Yeah, the main base completely mined out. The natural and 3rd not far behind for INnoVation.
Oh, very close. I did not realize how
He's
badly
on borrowed
he needed
time
that
economically.
4th.
He does have that other base kind of in kind of off to the side back there. INnoVation does, so that's available.
Oh, you mean this one?
Yeah, his other 4th, I suppose.
His attack getting cleaned up quite nicely by RagnaroK. He's really kept INnoVation from getting damage done.
Ultras are definitely helping out here.
Yeah.
Soak up that damage.
Definitely.
3-3 still does work on the Ultras quite well. Rock's going to be knocked down. Limit the engagement angles of the Zerg player.
Very important to do. Especially RagnaroK showing some sick backstab skills in the last couple of fights here. Single drop, about 3/4 of the way full, moving out from INnoVation. I guess trying to force some multitasking from his Zerg opponent. Kind of drop on this base that he's destroyed a couple times here. Sure you can clean up right away with his mutas though.
Like to see the medevac focus down first, kind of stop the healing power on those Marines, but 3-3 is rather threatening as well.
I think he was occupied trying to get this force in place here.
Yeah, likely not looking, just kind of set it and forget it there.
Yeah, that was a drop that was really just meant to distract him. Going for another backstab. We see the Banelings moving around the side here. This could be quite deadly. He needs to engage a little harder at the front, occupy INnoVation, otherwise he might spread in time.
Here come the Banelings. Exit strategy for INnoVation.
Oh man, so many Marines go down right there.
A lot of Ultras, good handful of mutas still.
The flying V of medevacs moving back. None of them dropped there, which is very important. You'll really be able to gauge Terran's position in TVZ by his medevac count.
Greater Spire has just finished for RagnaroK, and we are already morphing in Broodlords. We don't have any Infestors to support the Broodlord and Ultra switch here, so any splits could be deadly. But Broodlords have great range. As long as he keeps them well positioned, we shouldn't lose them unnecessarily. Would be nice to have the Festers to back them up, though.
The income of INnoVation is quite low at this point. He needs to secure another base desperately, as he only has 1 base mining right now. He's in fact pulled all of his SCVs off the line.
SCV parade, it's now or never for INnoVation.
He's moving in. He knows he's in a bad position. His opponent's technically farther than him, has more income than him.
I don't think he expected to see those Broodlords, though.
Yeah, I don't think so.
This is going to be it for us. It's going to be coming down to this battle. RagnaroK charges forward with an Ultralisk.
Nice
INnoVation
splits,
trying to hold on, getting completely overwhelmed by these Broodlords, mutas, and Ultras, getting pushed back. The mutas are going to have to start focusing down these medevacs. There's no more reinforcements coming across for INnoVation. Most of the SCVs were pulled. 38 still remain. The supply difference, not crazy for these two players. 96 to 125. Upgrades are even. And the Marauder Squad trying to charge forward, focus down this base. It looks like he's going to get it.
Denying some of the income of his Zerg opponent, definitely important at this stage in the game when you have limited bases. Ooh, he's definitely taking the advantage. Thanks to Mules, his opponent has almost no mineral income right now.
No mining base for RagnaroK.
Nope.
None.
INnoVation needs to desperately pump out a couple more rounds of Marines. And I don't know. Just take really nice fights, pretty much.
Oh wow, these Broodlords caught out of position. They're all going to get focused down right there. I don't know if any of them will survive. Just 3 transfuses go down to save the very last one, and INnoVation's army gets cornered.
Yep. He held out quite a while. That one force killing a lot of lanes, but getting taken down by Brood Lords and Ultras.
The last mining base for INnoVation is now under threat. Double supply is RagnaroK, that of INnoVation's.
I think RagnaroK's closes one down. Gonna take the game off INnoVation in his grand finals. Kaboom goes to CC.
Yeah, it looks like he doesn't want a shutout at least.
He wants to win. He absolutely wants to win. INnoVation has no mining bases whatsoever.
Very optimistic there, floating that across, knowing where the army of his opponent is. He's like, well, if you let me get some mules down, I might can make
I might
8
come back
Marines.
and crush your face. I don't think he's going to. I don't
No.
think he has the ability to whatsoever right now.
One Baneling connection here is going to really thin this out. Another one goes down. GG comes out of INnoVation. RagnaroK takes 1 game off of INnoVation in his best of 5 series. INnoVation still just needing 1 more.